I don't know if you remember, a couple of weeks ago, I was here in this same park and I was trying to shoot macro photography on assignment with my Sigma 45mm f2.8 that only has a magnification of 0.25, and so it was not worth it and I couldn't shoot any macro. And so this is why I was trying to contact Laowa, but they didn't answer to me. I don't have the contact, of course, and I imagine they will receive a lot of queries via Instagram, so I'm still waiting for that because I wanted to try their 180mm f4.5 that they just released also for the Sony a7c, and I was not successful and I'm not purchasing it because it's a one only assignment on macro photography, which is not my specialty, but I'm happy to deliver. But then out of the blue, it popped out this glass, which is a Soligor 75 to 250 f4.5. It's a manual lens and it's a Canon FD-mount, so I had to get the adapter. As you can see here, it's adapted to match the Sony a7c. Let's see together how it performs and how it works. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thomas Love here from One Lens Only, and today I want to show you this glass, it's a great construction glass. Now I will zoom in and showcase it to you on the table, but here I'm in the field because I'm shooting as we speak, and so I want to show you how you actionate the zoom on this glass, which is quite unique, or at least it is nowadays. It used to be like that back in the days. And also this is the protection, this is the lens hood, so it's integrated in the lens. And then I also have a Hoya skylight filter in front of it. I don't even know why I'm not shooting stars today, I'm only shooting macro. And as you can see, I'm here trying to understand what is the minimal focus distance, because for macro photography most of us are used to go right very close to the subject that you want to portray and then to zoom in and out and to adjust the focus. But with this glass, which has a minimal focus distance of 3 feet, more or less 1 meter, give or take, I'm not sure about it, it's 8 feet, 9 feet. I found information on the internet, but of course it's not reliable because it's such an old glass, and so there's not a full spec of it. I didn't even find who is the producer. I saw Soligor, but who was the company producing it? Hard to guess. Well, this has a great working distance. So the minimal focus distance is the distance from your subject to the sensor of the camera, but the working distance is the distance from your subject to the top of the glass. And so with 1 meter we have a lot of working distance, meaning that I'm not able to track insects, because also zooming in with 250 millimeters, it's hard to get a decent framing unless you are right in front of it. And so I have to set up the glass, choose the framing, zoom in and out, because with that minimal focus distance and working distance is difficult. Also with the focusing ring, there's a lot of focus breathing on the lens. But I want to show you how long is the range for this glass to go through, because I can reach up to the tip top of the church, and so from here we have a lot of reach with this glass. But then when you shoot to macro, it's totally different, as you can see, and it is a bit soft. So when you go to full macro, this glass is a bit soft, so I have to close it down. The max aperture is f4.5, as you can see here on the ring, and then we have also the macro ring from 1/1.8 to 1/2.5, from 1/4 and 1/8, and then completely off the macro ring. So we have to manage and to juggle with information and with the settings here. It's a totally manual glass, and so I'm happy for that, because it is a forgotten art. It's something that new generations are not used to, because they're used to have this Sony camera that follows them with the tracking on the camera. on the gimbal, on the everything, guys. We are so used to automation that we forgot the art of photography. So I'm very happy to come here today and to use this as a manual glass, and then we'll see if the end results will be satisfying enough, because f4.5, I have to say, with full macro, it's a bit soft. So I had to close down to f8, f11, which is totally fine, because also with macro photography, the depth of field is so shallow that you need either to do a focus stacking, which I'm not able to do because this glass is so heavy, and so even if there's a bit of wind, like there's some wind today, you're not really able to overlay the images. So focus stacking, not an option. I can close down to f11, right? I can go back a bit on the switch for the macro photography. So instead of having the full macro capabilities, going back a bit, and then we'll see with all these trade-off, guys. Please remember that photography, it's always a trade-off. So photography is made of choices, and you just change the choices, the settings, the light, the glass, the camera, the height, the point of view, whatever, in order to be satisfied. So it only has to please you, or eventually to please your client if you are delivering on an assignment like this is the case. So I have to go around and find exactly the kind of leaves that are required, because get the images, they need those photos and need to resemble the German woods, and so it's my interest to deliver on topic. But guys, please let me know down here in the comments if you have any question about adapting a manual lens like this one. This comes from the 70s, so it's older than me. This glass, it's great. It's not performing also well compared to nowadays glasses, because we are used to the coatings, you are used to not having color fringement, we are used to not having chromatic aberration, so on and so forth. But think about the development of this glass. I am excited of having it in my hands and of using it. It's not because of its value. It's probably available on any retailer at $25 or $50 max, depending on the condition, but it's just the new thing to experiment and to have fun with macro, guys. And with that, I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please remember to like it, share it on your social media, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the reviews to come, and I guess I will see you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.